Hi guys, Ben from BensGameTime here. The Wii was one of Nintendo's most popular video game consoles, if not their most popular. This was largely thanks to its focus on marketing to families and general audiences, as well as its innovative motion controls that other companies tried and failed to replicate. I still use my Kinect as a paperweight. The Wii was a smash hit. Everyone had a Wii. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Everyone had one. All thanks to the pack-in game included with each Wii console, Wii Sports.
Wii Sports is a game that needs no introduction. Everyone knows what Wii Sports is, and if you don't, then you were probably born just yesterday, because I'm pretty sure the people who live under rocks found out about Wii Sports when the Wii U came out. This bad boy was included with every Wii console, along with a Wii Remote and Nunchuck, with the purpose to be a tech demo to show what the Wii was capable of and the versatility of the Wii Remote. You've got to remember that this was brand new for people in 2006. Video games up to this point were controlled with a controller like this, so asking people to use motion controls was like asking them to do advanced calculus.
The f*** do I do with this?
Wii Sports needed to not only be a fun game, but it also needed to be simple enough so it would be accessible to everyone. And considering that it's currently the third highest selling video game of all time, I'd say it succeeded in that.
Most people that bought the Wii bought it because they were planning on playing many different games on it, checking out to see what the latest installments of the Mario and Zelda series would be, but many others bought the Wii just for Wii Sports. Wii Sports made the Wii crazy popular because everyone wanted to play it. Not just the typical gamer or family that casually plays games, but grandparents loved Wii Sports. Retirement homes would have Wii Bowling. My aunt that doesn't play video games got a Wii because she loved Wii and Wii Sports that much. I was once even at a TGI Fridays that had a Wii Bowling League, which brings the number of reasons to go to a TGI Fridays up to 2, the other being the food. What, did you think I was gonna diss TGI Fridays? I like Fridays, they got good food.
Not sponsored, but hey, if Fridays wants to sponsor me, I'd gladly take some wings or ribs as payment.
However, enough time has passed that I think it's now appropriate to ask the question, was Wii Sports actually a good game? Or was it the novelty of it that made it popular? Only one way to find out.
And with that iconic opening theme, we are ready for some Wii Sports. Wii Sports comes with 5 different games to play: tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing, all requiring you to use the Wii Remote in slightly different ways. Each of these games are incredibly simple in the ways they control and play. But that was sort of necessary since this was everyone's first introduction to using the Wii Remote. Going crazy early on would potentially turn people off the Wii, so things being simple is understandable. Another important feature of Wii Sports was showing off how Miis could be used, as the Miis are the players for each of the games. The game provides some default Miis to use, but you can also use the Miis you've created in the Mii channel.
So for this video, I'll be giving each game a score out of 5, as they are pretty simple and there won't be too much to talk about for each game.
Tennis is the first and simplest game in the collection. You can choose between playing a single game, a best of 3 or best of 5 match, and you can play against the computer or against the second player. You also have the option to control 2 characters at once or just one, but personally I preferred controlling both characters on my team because it gives more control over the game and is a bit more challenging. The controls of tennis are very easy to grasp. You just swing the Wii Remote to serve the ball and you swing the Wii Remote to hit the ball, and that's it. No need to hit buttons or do anything else, just swing the Wii Remote. There is a small bit of strategy involved with when you swing the remote to get the ball to go to different parts of the court, with early hits going left and late hits going right. Also, if you control both teammates at once, swinging the Wii Remote swings for both characters, so timing is everything. The nice thing about tennis is that the characters will automatically move around the court and follow the ball, so you only have to focus on your swing. The only other thing to mention for tennis is that a perfect serve will launch the ball quickly at your opponent, but other than that, tennis is really easy to pick up and play. Winning a game of tennis will give you skill points, which is something that every sport in the game has. Skill points are given for winning games or just doing really well in games like bowling or golf, and at 1,000 points you'll get the title of Pro. Tennis is a solid introduction to Wii Sports. It doesn't do anything exceptional, but it's still fun to mess around in. 3 out of 5. Baseball starts to bring in a bit more complexity to the game, but it's still easy to understand and play. Baseball is basically a more condensed game of baseball, with only 3 innings instead of the typical 9. The controls for baseball are very simple. Batting has you swing the Wii remote like a bat, and pitching has you swing the Wii remote to throw the ball. Pitching adds a bit of complexity by throwing in different pitches that can be selected with the different buttons on the Wii remote. Just swinging the Wii remote is a fastball, pressing A or B while swinging are different curveballs, and pressing both A and B when swinging is a slider. You can also change the direction of the pitch with the D-pad, and this can be combined with any pitch. And that's it for the controls, you just bat and pitch. It's a very simplified version of baseball, as there's no stealing bases or throwing to a specific base, and fielding is done automatically. The number of bases you get when batting is determined by how long it takes for the fielders to get the ball, so even if the Miis don't catch the ball, you can still be out if they get to it fast enough. Typically, the ball getting past the infielders is considered a single, while hitting into the outfield is usually a double or sometimes even a triple. I think the decision to have fielding this way was good. Like, yeah, having a full baseball experience would be cool, but for something meant to be an introduction to the Wii, it works well. Besides, you don't want Grandma breaking her priceless antique base because she was trying to throw it home. Baseball also gets a 3 out of 5. Bowling, everyone's favorite game in the collection, and for good reason. It's bowling. Bowling is really simple in Wii Sports. Just press and hold B to start your approach, swing back, swing forward, and release B to throw the ball. You can change how you line up with the D-pad, and you can press A to change the angle of your throw. You add hook to the ball by turning the Wii remote in the direction you want to hook to, and that's it. Really simple. You can even famously throw the ball behind you to make the Miis jump. Just don't do it at an actual bowling alley.
Bowling in Wii Sports is just a lot of fun, and as someone whose favorite sport is bowling, this is my favorite game in the collection. I think the reason why so many people love bowling in Wii Sports is because bowling is something that everyone can do, but don't do often because it can be costly to bowl multiple games, or they feel self-conscious about how they bowl. But with Wii Sports, you don't have to worry about either of those things.
Bowling is the most group-friendly game on Wii Sports, as it supports 4 players with just one controller, and it's just a great party game. The only thing I can complain about is that the position you throw the ball at doesn't save throw to throw, but this is a very minor thing that is really a quality of life thing. Either way, bowling is still the best part of Wii Sports, 5 out of 5. And then there's golf.
I f***ing hate golf.
Golf is easily the weakest part of Wii Sports, and that's because it has the most complex controls in the game that don't work great. Golf has you swing the Wii remote like a golf club, but with the catch of a power meter. How far up the power meter your swing is determines how far the ball will go, but you need to make sure you don't swing too hard. Swinging past the top of the meter will cause the shot to slice to either the left or right, making the shot weaker and less accurate. The power of your swing is determined by how much you move the Wii remote and by how fast you move it. After a while, you can get the hang of it if you're driving down the course, but putting is a nightmare. Putting is way too sensitive, and it forces you to go at a snail's pace. A normal swing is pretty much always going to be too much, and even short, quick swings will overshoot. To putt at short distances, you need to do a long swing as slow as humanly possible, which blows. You can select from 3 different 3-hole courses and a 9-hole course, but overall golf isn't that fun. Golf is probably fine if you can get really good at it, but I just don't care. Best stick to Mario Golf, 2 out of 5. Now for the last game, boxing. Boxing is the only game that uses the nunchuck, but it's pretty fun. The game is self-explanatory. You punch with both the Wii Remote and nunchuck, and you dodge by moving left, right, and back with the Wii Remote and nunchuck. The goal is to knock out your opponent by lowering their health meter and having them stay down for the 10 count. When either you or your opponent get up from being knocked down, your health meter will refill, but your max health will be lower for the rest of the fight. Although incredibly simple, this was a great way to introduce the nunchuck and how it can be used with the Wii Remote, and punching some Miis is stupidly fun. 4 out of 5.
And those are the 5 games of Wii Sports. Overall, a solid experience that does a great job in showcasing how to use the Wii Remote and nunchuck. But that's not all that Wii Sports has to offer, as it also has some bonus training minigames to play.
Each sport has 3 training minigames to play, which offer different challenges and help to teach certain skills to help you in the different sports. Tennis has you return as many balls as possible, hit balls to a specific part of the court, and play wall ball for as long as possible, so basically the same game 3 times. Baseball has home run hitting to specific parts of the field, and general batting practice, but no pitching games. Bowling has the best minigames, with spare practice, dodging walls to hit a pin, and larger scale bowling, which is one of the most fun things in Wii Sports. There's just something so satisfying about knocking over all those pins. Golf has putting practice, trying to get as close to the hole as possible, and target practice, which is a fun minigame. Lastly, boxing has hitting punching bags, dodging balls, and sparring with your trainer. These minigames are a fun shake-up to the game, and can help a little in getting better at the games, but I'd say your best source of practice would be to just play the normal games. The main games also reward medals based on how well you perform, so going for all platinum medals is a good challenge.
Wii Sports is the introduction that the Wii needed to make in order to ensure its success. While the sports are all simple in order to be an easy introduction into the Wii and the Wii Remote, they are still a lot of fun to play and are accessible to pretty much everyone. If I had to rank the games from best to worst, I'd say it would be bowling at the top, followed by boxing, tennis, and baseball, with golf being the only bad game in the collection. It's no wonder why this game was so successful, as it's very easy to just pick up and play, and you're pretty much guaranteed to have a good time with it. Even though Wii Sports is essentially a tech demo, it's also a great game, and it still holds up to this day. I give Wii Sports 4 sports out of 5.